Yeah, recording is initiated. You can start your play.
A very good morning, respected ma'am and my fellow classmates. Today, we aim to address a critical and important societal issue which is largely prevalent in today's world. Through this narrative, we will portray the struggles a woman faces in the industrial workplace, how the society mistreats her, and the never ending scars that a victim has to submit to. We would be showcasing two parallel scenarios, one set in a reputed multinational company in the organized sector, and the other in a rural cement factory in the unorganized sector. Let's tune in and see how the story evolves. Moving on to the first scene, Sudha's suffering.
Why did it have to be me? How will I show my face to the society anymore? How will they accept me? Why did you do this to me?
Shut up. Don't speak rubbish. If the word gets out, I'll not only cause harm to you, but to your entire family, and needless to say, you and your husband's jobs are at stake. Step with caution, mind you.
What? After all this, you're threatening me now. How can you do this?
As I said, if anything leaks, I'll make sure to unleash hell on your life.
Horror, terror, and agony. Sudha, a young woman in her late 20s, was raped by a contractor. She cried for help, but no one came. She told to stop, but she didn't. Such inhuman people exist in our society. They do. A society. What is society if we can't make it safe for the person who gives birth to us? The sisters we swear to protect with our own lives, the vows which we promise to fulfill to our loved ones. We don't want to live in such a degraded society where women fear to work. They fear to go out at night. They fear to live like human. This, this act of sheer heartlessness has to stop. Before the judicial system, it should be us, our own conscience, we should speak. I beg you to be empathetic to every individual you come across. They being from no matter what class of society they belong to. In the end, we all are humans. Sudha runs, cries back to home. It felt like she has lost her soul. She wasn't into herself anymore. All she wanted was to cry her hearts out. So let's now proceed with the story.
What happened, Sudha? Why are you looking so worn out? What happened to your hands? And why are there bruises? Why are you not talking to me?
I, I,
What happened? Talk to me, Sudha.
I have been raped. That contractor, Yash. It was dark, and we were alone. And
What are you saying? Go now, switch off the light immediately and lower your voice. I don't want a neighbor to know about this.
Abhishek, I have been raped. All you can think about is your societal status. Is that what is important nowadays?
No, my love. I mean, how dare he? How dare he touch my Sudha? I will go tomorrow and teach him a good lesson, which he will never forget. I will make sure of it.
And what about police complaint? We need to file one, right, Abhishek?
Yes, don't you worry about that. Let me first talk with the contractor. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Okay, Abhishek.
Societal taboos have shackled a large segment of the rural society. Being assaulted, humiliated, raped comes after societal dignity and reputation to them. Lack of basic education, sense of humanity, and sparks of compassion are all responsible for the same. Such a heart wrenching and unsympathetic conversation has been captured in the last scene between Sudha and her husband. The following day, Abhishek goes to have a talk with Yash, the contractor who abused Sudha.
Yash, I came to know about you. How dare you try to do that, my wife?
What? What the hell are you talking about? I haven't done anything to your wife. She's lying.
Don't lie, man. I know everything you did and the harm you did to my wife. Now I will go to the police and sue you.
Okay, dude, wait. What do you want to settle this down to? Do you need a fake promotion or something for you and your wife? I'll do that for sure.
Oh, come on, man. What made you think that I will just settle down for promotion? Do I look like a roadside beggar to you? Just because you have more privileges than me, that doesn't mean you will be more smarter than me. Now, just think of that. What if I go to the police? What will your wife think about you? Will you be able to make eye contact with your children? So, I need something big.
Wait. It seems you have been waiting for this opportunity for a goon's age. I've never seen a man like you. Okay, so tell me, what do you want to settle this in?
We are sailing in the same boat, man. Just the difference is you're fond of lust and I'm fond of money. So basically, I need one kirana shop for myself. Do that favor for me, and I will ensure nobody will come to know about this.
Shocking, isn't it? How women's pride, dignity, self respect could be traded for some money. That too by her own husband. A shame indeed. The following scene depicts the conversation between Sudha and Abhishek at their home after he returns.
What happened, Abhishek? You seem to look in a good mood. Did you have a talk with Yash? Did you go to the police? What did they say?
Sudha, calm down now. Whatever happened is in the past. It was a misunderstanding, and it is on our best interest if we forget it and move on with our own life. In the end, he is our contractor and we need money. Don't you remember that?
What? What are you talking about? A misunderstanding? It was a heinous crime that I had to go through. Can't you even imagine the pain? How can I forget about it? Tell me exactly what you two talk about.
Hey, don't you dare talk back on your husband like that. Where is your pallu? What do you even want me to say to those people? I didn't even feel it was right to go and talk with that person. Please leave it, Sudha. This is not the first time Yash has done something like this or any other powerful people have done in this village. You are just unlucky. Sheer unlucky.
How can you say that? I don't remember you ever being this harsh and unsympathetic about me.
Unsympathetic. I kind of feel doubtful what you were doing in the dark corner at that time of night. No wonder Yash felt like an opportunity. Why weren't you with the other workers? Your own action have done this upon you. Only you were to blame, Sudha. Get that? Now stop irritating me and don't speak of this incident to me or in fact anyone other.
Sudha is devastated. It is unimaginable what it must be for Sudha to be in this position, to be shadowed and cornered by her own husband, to be unheard, misbelieved, hushed down by the closest family member. Ladies and gentlemen, well, that is what almost all such unfortunate victims have to face in the underdeveloped areas of our country. Being turned down by her own husband in the next scene, Sudha gathers up some courage to directly take this matter to the company owner, Mr. Dheeraj.
Oh, Sudha, what now? Something bother you again?
Again, I never came to you before to talk about what I went through yesterday, and
Oh, yes, enough. I know all about it. But why are you here again? We already had a long and dreary talk with your husband, and the issue has been settled.
settled with my husband. What are you talking about?
Me? What are you talking about? He was talking about filing a police complaint. Such audacity. Anyway, a hefty sum of money, and well, he was good to go. Now, don't compel me to fire you off too. Stop making such a scene. Go and clear things with your husband first before raising a voice against me. He was here with just a money-making mentality. He used you for money. Get that into your head first. Now go get lost. Stop wasting my time anymore.
How much more can she endure? How much more hurdles does she need to cross in vain? Hurt, shocked, in tears. Sudha runs back home and, infuriated, calls out to Abhishek.
Abhishek, where are you? I need to talk to you right now. Come on out.
What now? Why are you shouting? Crazy or what?
No, man.
Crazy. Crazy, me. Are you even human? You prioritized money over me. You said yes to a bribe. What do I seem like to you, Abhishek? A bundle of notes which you can exchange in terms of my self-respect, my dignity?
No. I prioritize our family over you. Just think of it, Sudha. We will have our own kirana shop and we can do our own business instead of working for others. Our children will have a brighter future. And if we have gone against him, then we just have to suffer a lot. What our neighbor will think of us. And we will have to face lots of difficulty. We will even face difficulty to live in our own society. So whatever I did it for us, for a better future. Try to understand me, Sudha.
No, Abhishek. No, I can't still think of anything else right now except that horrifying night. Can't sit still, let alone work in the same place where that man would be on loose. I never thought my own husband would turn his back on me in such a situation like this.
Neighbors, society, reputation, ranks. These were all the pointless excuses Abhishek raised in his defense of a horrendous bribery. How can anyone tolerate this? Why can't we educate our society to break free from these taboos? How many more such victims like Sudha need to succumb till we can make a reform? Sudha, in despair, now reaches the media personnel of CBC News in one last effort to make her story heard.
Mr. Tushar, I am in dire distress and have gone everywhere, literally everywhere, but in vain. Please, please help me. I can't take this burden no more. Tushar, you're muted.
Who are you? Your voice sounds like someone from a village. Where are you from? What do you want from me?
I was raped. I went to the police. I went everywhere. Not one bit of support. What has the society become? Is this the respect society gives me? Is it all I am worth? Please help me, I beg you. Please.
What will I get by helping you and conveying your story? People won't take any interest in listening to you. They don't care about village people. Stop calling me for such small things. Get lost.
But sir, are you there, sir? Please, sir. Oh no. What has society become? People are just hungry for publicity. They don't have any humanity left in themselves. Sometimes I feel pity on myself to be born as a girl. I can't live like this anymore. The pain, the sheer pain, will nobody ever notice? The sorrows, the horrendous act that I have been through. Am I that negligible in society's eyes?
And well, as the saying goes, power can be used for good as well as for something gravely bad. Media had the power and the reach to make Sudha's story heard, but what in return? Money, TRP, publicity? None. So why telecast a story, right? Such is the world we are living in. If we begin to explore the dark corners, we would never finish. Moving on to the next scene. Sudha is wretched, but she takes some time to herself and switches on the television to CBC News. And here is what she sees.
Breaking news. A woman is denied from justice in tech wizards. Yes, you heard it right. The tech wizards. Women are not at all safe in one of the biggest IT companies in India. And the most saddening thing is they are not given justice, rather threatened by their HR department. Vishnu Prada, an employee in Tech Wizards, was molested by her manager, and when she went to the HR complaining about the incident, she was ignored by saying that there is no conclusive evidence. Really? A conclusive evidence? Is that you need to search the CCTV footage? You don't have trust in your own female employees? I urge all my viewers to stand with her and boycott Tech Wizards. Let us show our support by starting a hashtag Justice for Vishnu Prada and show them the power of common person. So here with us, we have Vishnu Prada, who would kindly be walking through the series of events that has happened with her.
Hello, I'm Vishnu Prada. I would like to say a couple of words for all the women out there. Harassment at work is prevalent and can be tough to combat, but each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all the women. Negative actions might often be prompted by harassers' feelings of fear, disrespect, or entitlement. But no matter what the reasons are, the only way to put an end to workplace harassment is by properly addressing it.
So now, Vishnuvida goes on explaining about the sexual harassment she faced at her workplace in the Tech Wizards company. This is the scene of the sexual assault occurring in the organized sector on Vishnuvida, by her manager, Mr. Shyam, played by Prajul. The scene is set at her manager's personal office, where he allegedly had been calling Vishnuprada and making verbal as well as obscene physical abuses for the last 3 months.
Stop. Please stop. Don't get any closer to me. I can't let you this anymore.
What do you mean? I have literally done nothing wrong. Stop making a scene and stop being over dramatic.
I'm the one making the scene. Really. That's it. I can't take this anymore. I've been patient for far too long. It ends today.
Oh, really? What do you think you can do, huh? It's your world against mine. And you think they will listen to a woman?
In the next scene, the victim gathers some courage to confide this horrendous incident to one of her colleagues, played by Tanushree. In spite of knowing Vishnuprada for such a long time, here we see that her colleague is not very supportive of Vishnuprada and is in turn holding her responsible for the series of events. It is a pity that we can see a complete void of sympathy and support from a person of the very same gender. And the next scene captures the conversation between them.
Hey Tanushree, are you free right now? I wanted to discuss something with you. I've been wanting to share this with someone for so long. Tanushree, you're on mute.
Yeah, sure. What's it about? Is something bothering you? You have been down lately.
Working under Mr. Shyam has been really stressful and traumatic. I really need to vent it out. And given our relationship, I sincerely hope you would listen and understand.
I don't understand. What are you trying to imply?
I mean, it's been 3 months now, and Mr. Shyam has been harassing me, asking me out, even when I've clearly denied any interest in him. Even after all this, he inappropriately touches me, given any opportunity. It makes me so uncomfortable. I just can't take it anymore. Nor could I even say this to anyone. What should I do?
Oh, the manager, huh? So it has come to this, has it? Oh, damn. Can't believe. Nowadays, people are doing like to get promotions and raises.
I can't believe you would accuse me of such a horrendous thing. Do you take me as a person who would do something like that, as for petty as a promotion?
Well, I don't know. Who can say? Nowadays, people what one's up to do these days. Also, there were clear signs.
Please, just please, tread very cautiously on what you say. Can't believe I entrusted you with something like this. I needed someone, but Alice, it's just fine. I'm a strong woman capable of upholding my own rights. I don't need anyone. I will rightfully go to the HR and take up this issue.
The upcoming scene shows the victim Vishnupada being rejected any consolation from a colleague. Now proceeds, but in vain, to the HR head to report the sexual harassment. The HR hardly shows any kind of sympathy towards the victim and moreover is blaming her for not being accountable enough. Vishnupada is frustrated and saddened by the lack of responsibility, concern, and protective measures even in such a magnanimous company. She feels stripped off of her own rights and is reduced to a rubble.
So, I have gone through the complaint that you have filed, and I'm not sure if I can do much here. It's your word against his. And in such a situation, there is not much I can do without a hard evidence.
Well, evidence? I have evidence. You can check the CCTV cameras in the room. And why would I even make up such a delicate matter? This has been traumatic, affecting me both mentally and physically, and my word in itself is the highest evidence.
Okay, so you expect me or to even go through confidential information like CCTV based on your word? That's not how things work around here. Unless you provide me with a hard evidence, I can't do much.
What? You're putting me in such a helpless situation. Whom do I go to now? Whom shall I talk with? To whom shall I express my grievance to? Being head of HR, you're the most responsible person to whom I thought reporting would be the most reasonable. And now you're not only doubting me, but also taking sides with Mr. Shyam. How embarrassing.
See, raising your voice again is not going to help you right now because I'm just doing my job. As the head of HR, it's my responsibility to side with the person who has more reasonable evidence. And in this case, it is Mr. Shyam, because historically there has never been any issues with him. And the way you're accusing me of being biased, I'm starting to wonder if you have accused Mr. Shyam as well.
Well, with due respect, I'm not blaming you. I'm just shocked at your way of handling my complaint, at your nonchalance of such a situation. The least you can do was lend me a supportive hand. Well, being a 21st century educated woman, I know how and whom to take this case forward. And I will then it will not only put the company's name at stake, but also your position as head of HR will be at a questionable state.
Okay. So maybe a promotion or a pay raise will get you to shut up about this. I'm sure that will make you drop this.
That's it. I can't sit back and listen to this crap anymore. I will take this case forward with or without your help.
In vain and disgust, Vishnupada exits the HR office. Meanwhile, Mr. Shyam enters into the HR head's office.
Shyam, come on in, take a seat. History is repeating itself, huh? I just had another girl here complaining about you.
Oh, she actually went that far. Didn't quite think she had it on herself. By the way, what's she rant about?
The same old crap. But she was hell-bent on making me check the CCTV.
Oh no. Totally forget about that thing. Make sure you erase it as soon as possible. Any evidence might strip off our job. I will make sure you are duly compensated for it, dude.
You're talking as if this is the first time I'm doing such a favor for you. I already asked Rahul from security to erase it for you.
Oh, then it's so good. Well, let's wrap it up then. Don't want anything going out of this room now. Get it? I have a big promotion underway. If she wants money, give her some, but keep her out of it.
I don't think she's that feisty. Just threaten that you will fire her or something and she will be fine.
Okay. Anyways, good day. Bye.
It was shocking, yet a very common situation in most organizations. The authorities who should be regulating sexual harassment are nothing but pets to the higher management. The lack of emotions and empathy for the female workers, the abused workers, is a grave concern in a workplace. To check this wrongdoing, there are several organizations who aim to amplify these oppressed female voices and give them the support they need. In the next scene, Vishnuprada, devastated, approaches the leading director of one such women empowerment organization, which is played by Aakash again.
Hey, I read about your complaint and I think I can do something here. Please tell me exactly what happened, the series of events and your interaction with your co-workers.
Well, this has been going on for 3 months, and it had started with endless phone calls and texts, and with my continued refusals, he started getting physical, and since been abusing me every chance he gets. It's got so out of control, and I had sought aid to my friend who refused to believe my miserable state and accused me of being an opportunist. Well, then I approached the HR in hope of getting justice, but instead I was ridiculed and insulted. This is the reason I'm here. I wanted to bring him to justice, despite knowing the fact that this won't be an easy fight.
Firstly, I'm so sorry that you had to go through such a thing. The world is filled with monsters like this. And your HR, the head of HR, whose face probably looks awfully similar to mine, he is a greater cause for such harassment. I think we can go to media with this. However, another important thing is this will garner a lot of public attention because people should know that big companies, even big companies like tech businesses, don't support their employees.
Well, I'm for one feeling that I've reached the right person. All I needed was a ray of hope and a little bit of support to go forward. So what would be our next step? Would we be contacting the media directly, spreading this among common people and seeking their support? I'm ready to go to any lengths. Bring this matter in front of the public eye.
Wait, Vishnu, I'll have to take it one step at a time. I know a few resourceful people in media who I can contact and they will be willing to pick up the story. Also, more importantly, we have to get the CCTV footage because that's a very important evidence in this case. It is, and I think I will make a few calls with the media people that I know and check with them if they are willing to help you.
Yes.
Yeah, Vishnu brother, are you here? So I just got out of the phone with CBC News Channel representative, and we have a head start. They are willing to cover your story. You would have to give an in-person confession about the event, though.
Well, that's great news. Can't think of how to thank you.
We can all see a ray of hope given by Mr. Roy, the director of the Women Empowerment Organization. He is humble and supports Vishnu Prada and is sensible enough to not ask for petty proof of her accusations. It is a must to identify yourself with the victim and make them feel as comfortable as possible, to acknowledge them that they are no less than heroes, to have the confidence and that they raise their voices for themselves and for the other oppressed people in the society. Thousands of such cases go away unheard, unnoticed, and forgotten due to societal taboos that we have bound us for centuries. It's time to let's go and speak up for our own rights. So does Vishnu Prada's story air, but is it too late for some?
Hello, is this CBC News?
Yes, I'm Tushar, head of the broadcast department at CBC News. How may I help you, sir?
I have a breaking news for your channel.
Is it worth telecasting on live television?
It is related to molestation of a female employee in Tech Wizard.
Oh, really? You're talking about the Tech Wizards, one of the biggest multinational companies in India? You're saying that there are molestations happening in one of the most decorated tech organizations in India?
Yes, but I don't have any conclusive evidence. They have erased the CCTV footage, and even if we ask them for any other probable footage, they are like denying us from any of those.
Okay, that doesn't matter. You just send me the details of what actually had happened, and I will telecast in today's 9 o'clock bulletin. Oh wow, this will be great TRPs to my channel, and my show will be a hit tonight.
So, as we have seen, Vishnupada walked us through distressing harassment she faced while being a responsible and hardworking company employee, but how she is slowly edging towards her rightful justice with the help of media and other powerful organization leads. The story now sinks back with Sudha, our own Sudha, who all this while was watching the story of Vishnupada on the CBC News. Sudha commits suicide. Not all true stories have a justified happy ending. In ours, an innocent young woman succumbed to a grave injustice. Sudha could take it no more. First the factory, then her husband, then the media, and finally the same media broadcasting the story of another victim of sexual assault. Just because she was not an employee in one of the biggest MNCs, she had help of women empowerment cells. She lived in a metropolitan city and she had her own voice. But Sudha, a rape victim, resident of a rural area, an employee at an unknown, unheard factory, no family or support, no one to help her, alas, found death easier and fulfilling than living in such a world anymore. While Sudha's body was being cremated, a social activist who recently came to Sambalpur village where Sudha lived came across her story. She immediately took it up with the CBC News, which is portrayed in the following scene.
Hi, is this Tushar? I'm Shalini. I'm working in the Mizapur village in Badla district as a social activist for women empowerment and advocating women's rights. I wish to talk to you about a recent event that took place here which really needs to be highlighted and brought out to the public eye.
I think people won't be interested in listening to a story of a village woman. It won't bring TRPs to my channel.
Don't try to fool me. I know all about your craze for TRP and publicity. Here, an innocent woman died without justice, and all I'm asking for is her story to be heard by people, so that we can at least try to prevent such crimes from taking place in future. Don't hang up on. Please reconsider.
Oh really? Did she committed suicide? Then I can create a sympathy show which will gain public support. I'm ready to telecast a story. Send me the details.
CC News then broadcasts the sad demise and the pathetic story of Sudha on national. Several other channels took up the narrative and hustled in to depict their parts in the story, all publicity. It took the life of a young woman to make the media and society aware of this disgraceful happening. In the aftermath, both Mr. Sham and the HR are held responsible and are fined for 1 lakh rupees. They're sentenced for trial for harassment, conduct, and conspiracy. They're also charged for trying to delete the visual. With Vishnu Prada's case and motivational words, a lot of women who are harassed got the confidence to share the story and get justice. Now coming to our dear Sudha, who come only if she could be alive to see the whole nation was marching out her name, lighting candles to show her support. Sudha got her justice. Sudha finally got it. The High Court of Madhya Pradesh sentenced Yash to 25 years of life imprisonment and also charged her husband for 2 years for not reporting a proper police investigation. The activist who made the difference. She turned the whole nation towards Sudha. Oh, I so wish she hadn't let go. Is death what compels people to believe in their stories? Are their tears not enough to support their case? Was it necessary for Sudha to commit suicide? I leave this question to all of us. Today's generation to shape the world in a better, in a safer way. Make the right choices, my friends. Support people when they are in dire distress. Empathize with them. Now it's time for me, Jayit Saha, the narrator of the story, to step down and let you imbibe the important lessons that we all have to offer. As said by great Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, it's every man's business to see justice is done. Do your part, speak against the injustice, make the world a better place. The play, the script writing, the narrations, the intricate deliberations on this sensitive topic which we chose wouldn't have been possible without the amazing cast which goes as follows. Ishita playing the role of Sudha as the victim of the unorganized sector, Yash in the role of the contractor, Dheeraj as the factory owner, Abhishek as the husband of Sudha, Tushar as the media reporter of CBC News, Vishnu as the victim of the organized sector, Prajul, the assaulter and the boss of Vishnu Tanushree, the colleague of Vishnu Ashwanthika, the social activist, Aakash as the HR head of Tech Wizards and also the Women Empowerment Organization. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and liked it.